Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here, and there are more balance changes coming to Hearthstone, and they're coming next week. Ixar tweeted that specific cards are going to get changed, and then he was also in an interview on Newsweek where he clarified the decisions behind some of the changes. We don't have any of the specific changes yet, but we have a card list. We know exactly what cards are going to be changed, and in this video I'm going to take a look at them. I'm going to take a look at what comments are available about them and what the possible changes could be. There's a bunch of nerfs coming and there's one buff coming as well. So, starting with the nerfs. Altruist the Outcast, the most powerful Demon Hunter card remaining, is going to get nerfed. There are no official clues as to what the Altruist nerf is going to be. Speculation, of course, is about increasing mana cost, because increasing mana cost is the favorite thing that Hearthstone team does, and changing Altruist's stat line doesn't really do much. And another alternative in case of Altruist would be removing face damage. I personally hope that they will go for the removal of face damage from Altruist, because often it's the fact that it clears a board and kills like minions that have 5, 6, 7 health, and it deals 5, 6, 7 damage to face at the same time. That's really what hurts, and that makes it impossible to do anything about it, because you just die instantly when it appears. But if it only clears the board, okay, then it would be a powerful tool, still okay, it can clear a board, but with no face damage associated with that, then you would still be able to recover on the following turn. In a very surprising nerf, they are also actually going to nerf Clayboard Adept. Clayboard Adept has not even been mentioned in any of the speculations before. It's a 5 mana 7/4 with a battlecry. If your hero attack this turn, deal 4 damage. And there are no clues on how they're planning to nerf this. But the most probable nerf is, I guess, a stat line nerf. 7/4 is a pretty huge stat line. Maybe it becomes a 5/4 or a 5/3 or a 4/4, something like that, to take away some of the impact. This one is really something that I don't really see what's going to happen with this one. And they are going to nerf the best 1-drop in the game, which I guess is not surprising considering that it is the best 1-drop in the game. And that would be Battle Fiend. 1 mana 2/2 demon, after your hero attacks gain +1 attack. So this is probably going to be a stat line nerf. Is it going to be 1/2? 1/2 sounds pretty decent. I mean, if it goes down to 1/1, then it's just really, really weak. If it's 2/1, then it's easier to remove, but it can still be pretty aggressive, so I would guess it's going to be a 1/2. Then the card would still be completely playable, just a little bit less strong. And everyone's favorite super swing card used in combo Demon Hunters and in Spell Druids is going to be hit with a nerf bat. Kael'thas Sunstrider, every third spell you cast each turn costs 0. And in the Newsweek interview, Ixar has the following to say. We are leaning towards increasing the mana cost because we want to keep the Kael'thas dream alive, we just don't want it to happen every game. So right now it seems that Kael'thas' effect will remain the same, which means that the combo Demon Hunter with its 0-cost spells can still do things. Spell Druid with its innervates and 0-cost spells can still do things. But if they want to nerf it like that, then they have to make Kael'thas cost like 8? Is 7 even enough? Something like that probably, 7 or 8. And by far the best news of this nerf set, Sacrificial Pact. And Ixar has this to say, our leading candidate is having it only affect friendly demons, so it still works in decks like Galagrant Warlock. And if it only affects friendly demons, do you know what that means? That means that you can play Jaraxxus again. Yes, because now decks are hard running Sacrificial Pact. They're main decking Sacrificial Pact, so Jaraxxus is even worse. But Jaraxxus was already unplayable for a long period of time because Zephyrus always gives you Sacrificial Pact to kill Jaraxxus. But if Sacrificial Pact can no longer target your Jaraxxus, you can play as Jaraxxus. I'm going to play as Jaraxxus. I know I will do that. I hope you will too. It's going to be awesome. Then in a little bit of a surprise nerf, I think, Bad Luck Albatross. It's supposed to be included against duplicate decks, but it's being included at such a wide rate right now, because the cost you pay for it is not much. Ixar did continue this by telling that actually statistically Albatross is not a good inclusion in most decks and shouldn't be put in the deck, but people are still putting it everywhere. So then they're going to nerf it. And how do you nerf this? If they make it cost more, Well, that's pretty awkward. I mean, they could do that. They could make this a 4-mana 4/3. They could also make this like a 3-mana 3/3 or even a 3-mana 3/2 to really discourage people from playing it. You would still put this in Resurrect Priest though, because you really want those Albatrosses in the opponent's deck in that case. Unless you switch over to a different strategy, but Resurrect Priest strategy would still be viable. We'll see what's going to happen with the Albatross. And then, nerfing an adventure card that many people have paid money to get. That's an interesting concept. But nerfed it will be. It's the extreme early game swing stuff that we try to get away from, and Feltham falls into that bucket a little bit. So, how do you remove that swing? If you really want to just remove the swing, you could limit the cost reduction, so that Feltham always costs at least 1. Then you couldn't just do stuff and play 2 free Felthams in a single turn. I would like to see that change, because that would mean that you can still play like 1-mana Felthams. You could even get a couple of 1-mana Felthams out there if you can deal enough damage quickly. But it would not be a free add-on. The other option is to lower the stat line. Make it like a 2/2 or a 2/3. But I hope that they work with the cost reduction a little bit. We'll see. There are also 2 nerfs coming for Wild. I haven't played Wild a lot recently, so I don't really have that much of an opinion on these, but Blood Bloom and Open the Waygate are going to be nerfed. So Wild meta is also going to see some changes. And finally, hidden in a sub-tweet, they are going to buff Libram of Justice. Paladin buffs, yay! Libram of Justice 6 mana, equip a 1/4 weapon, change the health of all enemy minions to 1. So there are no official clues on what exactly they're planning to do with the Libram, but there would be like a lot of options. You could make it so that the weapon, for example, would be like a candle shot, so you would be immune while attacking with it. Then you could remove a big minion for free, without health cost I mean, when you play this. They could make Libram cheaper so that it's easier to use earlier in the game. They could make it a targeted effect, added something that targets so that you would get this back when you play Liadrin. There are lots of ways that this could be buffed, but giving some love for the Libram Paladin. So that is the nerf and buff package coming next week. We will get the exact details later, but this is just a heads up so that you know if you're planning to do stuff with decks that include these cards, then it might be best to wait a little while. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.